In Eugene, Oregon, 2008.
Here, sweetie. 2 pieces?
The McAnulty family is not your typical apple pie household. 41-year-old Angela is raising 3 children to 3 different fathers, and she has another 2 children in foster care.
Good to have you home.
It was a long drive.
Her latest husband, long-haul trucker Richard, is often away, but provides what Angela wants: money, without questions.
She definitely was in charge. She could do anything and get away with it because she ran the show basically with them.
Richard was the perfect husband for Angela because he wasn't very smart. He was not used to making decisions.
Angela seems affectionate to her youngest children, but not her eldest daughter, 14-year-old Jeanette. For years, Mom subjects Jeanette to unspeakable abuse.
She was made to stand, sometimes on 1 foot, with her arms above her head for hours.
Get your arms up now!
I can't, Mom.
It started when they woke up in the morning, and if she was good, at 8 at night, she could sit down.
Get up now!
Something very dark was going on in that house.
Get your arms up!
Angela doesn't stop with violence. She treats Jeanette like a prisoner of war in her own home.
Jeanette was not allowed to eat with the family, not at the family table. She was given tiny bits of food to survive.
The faucets were locked up and the knobs were taken off the faucets, so she couldn't get water.
She would drink out of the dog's bowl or even out of the toilet. Her mother let her have nothing.
There was locks on every door, and only Angela had keys.
Her need to control her daughter in this bizarre, cruel, disgusting manner just got worse and worse.
The torment is a family secret. No one, not even the victim, speaks out.
Her mother probably had her convinced, if you tell anyone, I will know, and things will be even worse for you. That's how abusive parents control a victim. Fear.
By spring 2008, Jeanette can no longer hide the telltale scars.
What happened? Nothing. I fell.
Kids in gym class had noticed there were bruises on her body, and she explained them away. She said she had fallen, that there was some accident or something that had happened.
Really?
People at school had seen Jeanette come to school nearly every day in the same sweatpants. She looked a mess, and they contacted the authorities.
We've had a complaint about Jeanette.
What's she done?
Nothing.
Concerned school authorities contact Child Protective Services.
They're
They drop in on the family.
Check on this family. See what's going on in that house. Something is wrong with that little girl, and we're worried about her.
We need to organize a meeting.
Sure, of course.
Finally, Jeanette has a chance to escape.
Well, I need to speak with her.
She's not home.
But Jeanette won't get to tell her story. Questioning the abusive mom backfires.
Jeanette, it's time to go home now.
Can I stay a bit longer?
I have to look up.
Jeanette loved being in school because she was away from Mom. No one beat her there.
Is everything okay at home?
Jeanette is about to lose her one safe haven. (2008), Eugene, Oregon. Angela McAnulty has been torturing her 14-year-old daughter for years.
Get your arms up now!
Jeanette is starved and beaten.
We need to organize a meeting.
Sure, of course.
But when Child Protective Services challenges her abusive mom,
Jeanette, you need to go home now.
things only get worse.
Jeanette! You won't be going back to school.
Angela switches her daughter to homeschooling.
Homeschooling is a godsend for abusive parents. They can get away with their crime longer.
With no more prying eyes, Angela's abuse escalates for the next 18 months. Jeanette's bedroom looks more like a torture chamber.
Angela had Jeanette lay on a sheet of cardboard because Angela didn't want the carpet stained with her daughter's blood.
They all face back to where we came. They're stacked one upon another.
Leave that turned up.
And that's something storm waves don't do, so that...
She would turn on the TV very loudly so that no one could hear those screams.
And the boys just get trapped there.
You stole a cookie, didn't you? Don't move!
Everybody in that household knew it was happening, but did nothing to stop it.
And individually, they could be moved by storm.
Siblings of the child being abused generally keep their mouth shut because they're afraid. Frequently, the abusive parent threatens the children.
Individually, they could be moved by storm.
If you tell, you're next.
She whipped her so much that there was no skin or flesh left on her hips, so the bones were exposed.
On December 9th, 2009, Jeanette endures her mother's fury for the last time. Her body finally gives out on her. Angela calls 911.
Oh, my baby.
Claiming her daughter has had an accident.
How old is she now?
15.
But Jeanette's emaciated frame tells another tale.
Sorry, how old did you say she was? 15. She got a bit thin.
She weighed only 50 pounds. She was a tiny little thing. In fact, investigators could not believe that she was a 15-year-old because she was so small.
Her cause of death is recorded as bleeding on the brain, septic shock, dehydration, and starvation. Angela turns on her husband.
She started blaming Richard McAnulty for everything. And so we confronted him with that information, and he started talking.
Richard's testimony destroys Angela's lies, but also proves he's a silent accomplice. He pleads guilty to murder and is sentenced to 25 years behind bars.
There's no way he didn't know. He saw it. He knew what was going on. But he still never did anything. He didn't call, nothing.
Angela McAnulty pleads guilty to aggravated murder. In February 2011, she receives the same sentence she gave her daughter: death.
I couldn't see another human doing that to another human. I definitely couldn't see a mother doing that to her daughter.
The question on everyone's lips: why? Why would a mother inflict so much misery on her own child? Investigators find a troubled beginning.
Angela did not start life the easy way. She had a mother who had 5 kids by the time she was in her early 20s.
Mom's going out. You have fun with your brothers.
Angela is the apple of her mom's eye. Until the day Mom doesn't come home.
Her mom was murdered when she was a young girl, and it was never solved.
This would be an indelible scar that she would carry the rest of her life.
Her father may have left scars too.
Dirty old thieves.
She claims he used food as a weapon.
They were not allowed to get any food out of the kitchen whatsoever. They could have water, but that was it.
Never steal my food.
The kitchen was off limits.
Get over here.
Angela learned from her father. That's the life she grew up with.
But why was Angela's torturous abuse directed at only one child?
And the answer is, we don't know. We can guess, we can blame it on past abuse of her own or whatever, but ultimately, this kind of evil is sort of a dark area. We really don't know what drove her to kill that little girl.
I like to think there's a special place in hell for Angela, but I don't think Satan wants her there.